Hey everyone, just building the audience right now. So if you're here, get your mat set up, maybe get your heater set up, and we're going to start here in just about 10 minutes. So hope to see people on. I'll be darting in and out. But yeah, get settled and find a nice quiet spot. You can start in Savasana if you like, or just start with heels and toes touching. We will start here in about 10 minutes. Thanks. So we got just about 5 minutes before class will start. And just get settled in, find your mat. Remember that just being here and getting to practice, getting to move, whatever that might look like today, is really the purpose of all this, right? Especially without the heat. And I talked about this a little bit yesterday, and I've talked about it, I think, in most of my classes, is that we need to be really careful while we're doing this specific practice. It is meant to be in a heated room, so we might not find the depth that we normally find. I did do a class the other day. I heated up my bathroom, so I took my space heater, turned the shower on for a few minutes, put the humidifier, get the humidity up, and I was sweating slightly. So there are ways to kind of mitigate that, but the best thing to do is kind of listen to your body, especially today. Make sure that you're not going too deep into postures that you're not warmed up for. That's really what the heat and humidity does. It really allows you to go deeper into postures and really find that depth. So I encourage you to listen to your own body with that, and I'll be giving some modifications for some of the postures this morning as well. I'm just going to go share this on my Facebook page, and then we can get started. Looking for the time. Got like 2 minutes and then we'll get started. So just ground down into the mat. Toes and heels are going to touch. We're going to get ready for opening breathing, but I want you to think about getting your alignment not perfect, because we're never perfect, right? But think about your alignment. Weight into heels here. Feet firmly planted into the mat. This is an active posture, just standing Tadasana, mountain pose. So when we ground the feet down, we hug muscle to the bone in the calves, we hug muscle to the bone in the thighs as well. So quadriceps are hugging to the bone, hamstrings are hugging to the bone. Sometimes you'll see the kneecaps lift. You can feel that as well energetically. Shoulders are going to roll back. It's a proud posture. Chin is off of chest, gaze is forward. Let's start with opening breathing. Interlace all 10 fingers. Place them just underneath the chin. Elbows touch. Gaze is forward. So chin should be parallel with the earth when we start here. And once again, legs are engaged. And with an inhale through the nose, elbows lift. So come to the top of our breath, our elbows are at the highest point, and then exhale through the mouth. Head comes back, elbows parallel with the earth. No back bending here, just the head goes back. And then inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elbows all the way up. And then exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elbows are parallel with the earth, head is back. Inhale. Through the nose, elbows come up, 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 up. Exhale, head comes back. Stomach is still sucked in here, exhaling through the mouth. Inhale, gaze comes down. Chin comes parallel with the earth. Chin is pressing into the knuckles, knuckles into chin, elbows up. Exhale, head comes back, elbows forward. Gazing up the ceiling, elbows touch. Inhale, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, make a nice sound. Elbows touch, head comes all the way back. Inhale. See how my gaze is forward, and then exhale, head comes back, chin into knuckles, knuckles into chin. Triceps parallel with the earth. Inhale. Nice big inhale here. Elbows up, up, up. Exhale, head comes back, elbows forward. And then last one, inhale, head comes down. Chin presses into knuckles, knuckles into chin. Exhale through the mouth, head comes back, elbows forward. And release. Tadasana, find stillness. Try to find stillness between each posture. I'll give you a few moments to do that. We find Tadasana, mountain pose, when we do that. Half moon is next. Arms overhead, interlace all 10 fingers. Release the pointer fingers. And then just tick-tock the arms back and forth, right and left, right and left. We're just warming up upper body, whatever feels good here. So if you want to do a back bend, forward fold, move the hips back and forth. Just doing a little warm up here, right and left, right and left, right and left. And then with a big inhale, find center. Exhale, fingertips go right, hips go left, gaze is forward. So we're looking forward, chin is off of chest, feet firmly planted into the mat, heels, get a little bit of weight into the heels here. Muscles hug to the bone, calves and thighs. Gaze is forward, chin is lifted, biceps hug the ears, reaching to the right with the fingertips pressing to the left with the hips, elongated in both side bodies, so no collapse in the right side body. And then see if you can pull the fingertips back towards the ears just a little more, and then sink a little deeper. Just keep breathing in and out through the nose. Find your fullest expression here. And with an inhale, come on up. Exhale, inhale, find your tallest self. Exhale, fingertips go left, hips to the right. So weight is in heels. Kneecaps are lifted. Stomach is sucked in. Gaze is forward, chin is off of chest. Hips pressing to the right, fingertips reaching left. Gaze forward. Elongate through both side bodies. Reach with the fingertips. Biceps frame the ears. Now try to bring the fingertips back towards the back wall. Sink just a little deeper. Find your fullest expression here. And with an inhale, come on up. Gaze at the fingertips, thumbs, and then just slowly start to trace fingertips across the ceiling. It's our first back bend of the day, so be gentle on yourself. Biceps with ears will protect the back. Hips forward, fingertips reach back. Fullest expression here. And then with an inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hinge at the waist. Hands will find the earth. You might need to bend the knees quite deeply for your hands to come on the earth. That's okay. Bend the knees. So we're just going to shimmy the legs back and forth, right and left, right and left, right and left. This is a U-turn from where we just were. So we want to make sure that we warm up the low back. So right and left, right and left, right and left, right and left. And then I'm going to tuck the fingertips underneath the heels. Little pinky fingers will touch. Padahastasana, hands to feet pose is next. Little pinky fingers are touching. Fingers pointed forward. Forearms wrap behind the calf. Nose nestles in between the knees. Pull on the heels. Press into the fingertips with the heels. So energetically, two opposite actions happening here. Relax the neck down. We're pulling and pressing, extending through the spine. And then release the hands with a nice flat back. Come on up. Arms by your side. Find Tadasana. So once again, I'm just going to caution everyone here, without the heat, go into as much or as little of this posture as you need to. We're going to do it again. Half moon, arms overhead. Think about interlacing opposite fingers here as we did the last time. Reach all the way up. Fingertips go right, hips left. So weight into the heels. Hug muscle to bone in the legs. Hips are in a fairly neutral position here. Gaze is forward. Biceps hug the ears. Reach to the right with the fingertips. Hips go left. Reach and stretch and reach and stretch. In, release, come on up to center. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Fingertips go left, hips go right. Chin is off chest, biceps frame the ears, elongate through both side bodies here, making the shape of a half moon. Weight is into heels. Should be able to lift the toes off the mat. Sink just a little deeper, elongating through the right side body. And with an inhale, come on up. Gaze up at the thumbs. Press the hips forward. Start tracing your fingertips across the ceiling. Fingertips go back. First back bend of the day. So be gentle. Fullest expression here. And then with an inhale, come up to center. Exhale, hinge at the waist. Hands find the earth. Pedal out the legs. Right and left, right and left, right and left. See, I've got some friends joining. Thank you for joining me today. Thanks for practicing yoga. So podHot is next. Tucked the hands underneath the heels. Lift up on the heels. Little pinky fingers are touching. Biceps can wrap behind the calves along with your forearms. Nose nestles in between the knees. Spine elongating towards the earth. Pulling on the heels with biceps strength. And then suck the stomach in. Lift hips. Elongate through the spine. Pressing into the fingers with the heels. Pulling on the heels with the fingers. Opposite actions here. Find your fullest expression. And then release the hands. Arms overhead with a big inhale. Flat back, come on up. Arms overhead, arms by your side. Find Tadasana. Find that stillness. Relax the shoulders from the ears. Gaze is forward, chin is off chest. Awkward pose, three-part awkward is next. So right foot steps out about 6 inches. Mainly we want the big toes pointing straight forward. So same direction the knees are pointing, about hip width. Arms come parallel with the earth, all 5 fingers touching on each hand. And then hips go back. So bend deeply into the knees. If you can get down to where your thighs are parallel with the earth. So hips are back, weight is into heels, fingertips reaching forward. See how low you can go. And then with an inhale, come all the way up to the tiptoes, flexing ankles forward. And then slowly start to bend in the knees. Keep the ankles flexed forward. Reaching forward with all 10 fingertips. Hips go no lower than the knees. Find one point of concentration. And then with an inhale, come all the way up. Release the heels down. Knees touch. And slowly we go down. Count of 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have healthy knees, you can bounce here a couple times and then stop. Find stillness. Back is flat. Gaze forward, chin off of chest. Fingertips reaching forward, hips reaching back. And then count of 10 on the way out. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the heels. Right foot finds left. Arms by your side. Find Tadasana. Find that stillness. Arms overhead. Eagle Garudasana is next. Identify which arm is right, which arm is left. And then right arm wraps underneath left. Pull the elbows down. Sit deeply into the chair. Right leg wraps over left. Hooks behind the calf. Gaze is forward. Left foot is deeply rooted into the mat. Ankle, knees, elbows all in one line. Pull the elbows down. We're compressing all the major joints here. Should feel some great compression. It's a great way to flush out any toxins. Get fresh blood circulating through those joints. And with an inhale, come on up. Arms overhead, left arm under right. Pull the elbows down. Left leg over right leg, hooks behind the calf. Elbows pull down. Ankles, knees, elbows all in one line. Gazes forward, chin is off of chest. See if you can let the shoulders come down just slightly. That'll help with the compression as well. Gazes forward, suck the stomach in, back flat. And with an inhale, come on up. Right into second set. Right arm under left. Elbows come down. Sit deeply into the chair. Right leg over left. Find something immovable in front of you. And see if you can sit just a little deeper. Pull the elbows down. And release. Come on up. Arms overhead. Left arm under right. Elbows pull down. Left leg over right leg. Wrap behind the calf. So pull the elbows down, sink the hips just a little deeper. And then with an inhale, come on up. Arms overhead, arms by your side. Relax the shoulders down. Find Tadasana, find your stillness. It's a great place to take a drink of water. That is our warm-up. So I'm going to encourage you all to kind of take it easy on these next few. Unless you're in a real heated place, these next ones can be pretty rough, especially on the low back. So I'm going to give you some modifications. So standing forehead to knee is next. Ground down in the left leg. Right leg lifts. So right thigh is parallel with the earth. Shoulders back. This is a great place to be. Most of us don't spend much time just standing on one leg. This is a very difficult posture for a lot of people. So this is a great place to stay. We're going to be here for approximately a minute. If you feel comfortable, and this is something that you're interested in doing, round forward, hollow out the belly. Grab underneath the sole of the right foot. If the left leg is completely straight, kick the right leg out. Heel is forward, toes are back. Gaze is forward, chin is off of chest. Elbows hug the calf. Left leg completely straight, right leg completely straight. Gaze is forward, suck the stomach in. Heart forward, energy forward. And release. Right foot finds the earth. Ground down in the right foot, left leg lifts, left thigh is parallel with the earth. Roll the shoulders back, chin is off of chest, gaze is forward, back is nice and flat here. This is a great place to stay. If you want to move forward, round forward, and with a basket grip, grab underneath the sole of the left foot. If the right leg is completely straight, lengthen out through the left leg. Heel forward, toes back. Elbows hug the calf. Right leg completely straight, left leg completely straight. Looks like an L from the side. Heart forward, chin is off of chest, energy forward, gaze forward, and release. Left foot finds the earth. Both hands to low back. Sometimes a nice little supported back bend feels good here. And then find Tadasana. Find your stillness. Couple of cleansing breaths here. Heart should be elevated slightly. Half the time here, we're going to do the second set. Standing forehead to knee. Ground down in the left leg. Right leg lifts. Right thigh parallel with the earth, shoulders back. This is a great place to stay. If this is where you stayed the last time, maybe try rounding forward and with a basket grip, grabbing underneath the sole of the right foot. This is also a great place to stay. Just make sure you're engaging in your ab muscles here and you're not just putting strain in the low back. If you want to move forward, kick the right leg forward, heel forward, toes back. Elbows hug the calf. Chin comes to chest. Forehead to knee. Both legs completely straight. And release. Right foot finds the earth. Ground down in the right leg. Left leg lifts. Left thigh is parallel with the earth. If this is where you were the last time, you can stay here, or maybe try rounding forward and with a basket grip, grabbing underneath the sole of the left foot. Kick the left leg forward. Heel forward, toes back. Elbows hug the calf. Chin finds chest. Forehead finds the knee. And release. Find Tadasana. Find your stillness. Take a couple of breaths here. Standing bow pulling is next. Right elbow to right hip crease, palm faces the sky. Right elbow comes out, or right hand comes out. Drop the hand down, grab the ankle from the inside. Left arm lifts. Left leg is completely straight. And then hinge at the waist. Reach forward with the left fingertips, kicking back with the toes. This first set is for endurance, so maybe we don't go quite as deep, but we try to stay still. So left leg is completely straight. We're kicking and reaching, kicking and reaching. See if you can make the abdomen come parallel with the earth. Gaze is just above the fingertips, two shoulders in one line. Kick and reach, kick and reach, kick and reach. And release. Right foot finds the earth. Left elbow to left hip crease. Palm faces the sky. Drop the hand down. Grab the ankle from the inside. Right arm lifts. Kick and reach. Kick and reach. Kick and reach. Two shoulders in one line from the side. Abdomen parallel with the earth. Gaze is forward. Gazing just above the fingertips. Kick and reach, kick and reach, kick and reach. And release. Left leg finds the earth. Find stillness here. Take a couple of breaths. Heart rate should be elevated. Second set, standing bow pulling. Half the time. Right elbow to right hip crease. Palm faces the sky. Drop the hand down. Grab the ankle from the inside. Left arm lifts. Here we're trying to find the depth. So we're going to go right into the depth of our posture. We hinge at the waist, reaching forward with the fingertips, kicking back with the toes. Abdomen parallel with the earth, heart spiraling skyward. 2 shoulders in one line. Chin is going to find the shoulder. Kick and reach, kick and reach, kick and reach. And release. Right foot finds the earth. Left elbow to left hip crease. Palm faces the sky. Drop the hand down, grab the ankle from the inside. Right arm lifts. Hinge forward. Reach forward with the fingertips. Kick back with the leg. We're kicking into the left hand. Reaching forward with the right fingertips. Chin finds the shoulder. 2 shoulders in one line. Heart spiraling towards the sky. Find the fullest expression here. And release. Arms by your side. Find Tadasana. Come to the back of your mat. Tula Dandasana, balancing stick is next. 2 sets. Arms overhead, interlace all 10 fingers. Release the pointer fingers. Step forward on the left foot. Hover the right toes. Hinge at the waist. We're here for 9, 8, 7, 6. Back nice and flat. Fingers reaching forward, toes reaching back. 2 and 1. Step back. Step forward on the right toes. Left toes hover. Hinge at the waist. Nice flat back. We're here for 7, 6. Drop the left hip down just slightly. 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Arms by your side. Find Tadasana. Find your stillness. Second set, Tula Dandasana. Arms overhead, interlace your fingers differently than you did the last time. Step forward on the left foot. Right toes hover. Hinge at the waist. Reaching back with the toes, reaching forward with the fingertips. Nice flat back here. Gaze is just in front of the mat. See if you can stretch the right toes out. Stretch forward with the fingertips. And release. Step forward on the right foot. Left toes hover. Hinge at the waist. Nice flat back. Gaze is forward. Drop the left hip down. Right leg is completely straight. Gaze just in front of the mat. Reach forward with the fingertips. Reach back with the toes. And release. Arms by your side. Find Tadasana. Find your stillness. Take a quarter turn toward, well, it kind of depends on which way where you're going, but I'm going to take a quarter turn towards the left so I can still see. Take a big step out to the right. Wide leg forward fold is next. Feet should be parallel with the side of the mat or slightly pigeon-toed in. Arms to a T. Chin forward, heart forward. Nice flat back, legs engaged. Slowly go down. Hands will find big toes outside of the feet, ankles, calves. Whatever's accessible to you today is right for you. With bicep strength, pull in. Kneecaps will lift, quadriceps engage, spine elongates towards the earth. Gaze just through the feet. Legs nice and straight here. We're engaging in the quadriceps so we don't overstretch the hamstrings. We need that engagement. Then pull the belly in. Forehead might come to the mat. Shaking is good here. And then arms to a T with an inhale. Come on up. Right foot meets left, arms by your side. Find Tadasana, find your stillness. Second set of wide leg forward fold. Big step out to the right. Arms to a T. Chest is up. Chin is up. Nice flat back. Gaze forward. Feet parallel with the side of the mat or slightly pigeon-toed in. And then grab for the outside of the feet, the ankles, big toes, calves. Gaze down at the mat and then slowly start to elongate the spine, roll the spine out. Neck is relaxed. With bicep strength, pull on the outside of the feet, ankles. Then lift the kneecaps. Forehead will come just a little bit closer towards the mat. Arms to a T. And with an inhale, come on up. Right foot meets left, arms by your side. Find Tadasana, find your stillness. Find your breath. Triangle Trikonasana is next. Arms overhead. Big step out to the right. Right toes point towards the front. Deep bend in the right knee. Find Warrior Two. Left foot can come slightly in. Palms rotate towards the side. And then with a tick-tocking action, arms go to 6 and 12. Right fingertips pointed between the big and second toe. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Gaze up towards the left fingertips. Press deeply into the mat with the knife edge of the left foot. Press deeply into the mat with the right foot. Right elbow presses against the right knee. Right knee presses against the elbow. Elongating through both side bodies here. You're almost there. Stretch the arms apart one last time. And then with an inhale, come on up. Right toes in. Left toes rotate towards the back of the mat. Bend deeply into the left knee. Left leg is parallel with the earth. Right foot slightly comes in. Palms rotate towards the side. Tick-tock the arms, 6 and 12. Left fingertips pointing between the big and second toe. Right fingertips reaching towards the sky. Knife edge of right foot pressing into the mat. Left foot pressing into the mat. Heart spiraling towards the sky. Stretch the arms apart. Elongate through both side bodies. And with an inhale, come on up. Left toes in. Right foot meets left, arms overhead. Arms by your side. Find Tadasana, find that stillness. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Second set. Arms overhead. Big step out to the right. Arms come to a T. Right toes rotate towards the front of the mat. Right thigh parallel with the earth. Palms face the side. Tick-tock the arms, 6 and 12. Gaze up at the sky. Fingertips reach down between the big and second toe. No collapse on the right side though. We're still elongating there. We want to create a triangle. Press deeply into the mat with both feet. And then with an inhale, come on up. Right toes in, left toes rotate towards the back of the mat. Bend deeply into the left knee, Warrior Two. Palms rotate towards the side. And then tick-tock the arms, 6 and 12. Reach between the big and second toe with the left fingers. up towards the sky with the right fingers. Right leg deeply planted into the mat, left leg deeply planted into the mat, and then stretch the arms apart, elongating through both side bodies here. And with an inhale, come on up, left toes in, right foot meets left, arms overhead, arms by your side. Find Tadasana. Find your stillness. Quarter turn towards the front of the mat. Arms overhead, just cross the thumbs, separate leg stretching here. Right leg steps forward about 3 feet or so. So your hips should be pointed forward. And then dive down over the right knee. Forehead and knee are going to meet here. So rounding forward, we're going to compress. My voice is going to sound strange because I'm compressing the airway. My forehead and knee are pressing into one another. Breathing into the back body here. It is difficult to breathe. Fingertips pressing into the mat. Rounding forward. See if you can straighten the right leg. And with an inhale, come on up. Right foot meets left. Left leg steps forward. And then dive down over the left knee. Forehead and knee will meet. Pressing the fingertips into the mat. Forehead into knee, knee into forehead. Throat is choked. Breathing into the back body. It's difficult to breathe here. One final breath. With an inhale, come on up. Left foot meets right, back of mat. Arms by your side. Find Tadasana. Find your stillness. Tree and toe stand is next. Ground down in the left leg, right leg lifts 90 degrees. And then pivot in the hip. So the hip will pivot, right foot will nestle into the left hip crease. Right hand to heart center, left hand to heart center. This is a great place to stay. If you want to move forward into toe stand, hinge at the waist, gaze just in front of the mat. Hands will find the mat. Bend in the knee, heel will lift. And then hands will slowly start to come back towards the side. And then right hand to heart center, left hand to heart center. Hip hovers above the heel. Gaze is forward, chin is off of chest, back is flat. And then reverse out of that. Meet us in toe stand for a final breath. Final breath in toe stand. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the nose. And release, right foot finds the earth. Ground down in the right leg. Left leg lifts. Left thigh parallel to the earth. And then the hip will pivot in the hip socket. Left foot will nestle into the right hip crease. Left hand to heart center, right hand to heart center. This is a great place to stay. If you want to move forward into toe stand, gaze just in front of the mat. Slowly start hinging at the waist. Hands will find the mat. Bend at the knee. Heel will lift. Hands come by your side, hip just above the heel. Left hand to heart center, right hand to heart center. Gaze is forward, back is flat, shoulders back. Hips hover just above the heel. And reverse. Hands out front, straighten the leg, come on up. Meet us for a final breath in tree. And release. Left foot finds the earth. Honor your standing series however you wish to. And then find the mat. 2-minute Savasana. So I will be silent for 2 whole minutes here. Arms by your side, ankles touch, the backs of your shoulders should be on the mat. Relax the tongue from the top of the mouth. Relax the jaw. Relax the toes. Relax your calves. Relax the knees. Relax your thighs. Relax the hips. Relax your stomach. Relax your back. And relax your neck into the mat. Find a full Savasana here for 2 minutes starting now. When removing is next, lift the right leg, bend at the knee, pull the knee in towards the armpit, avoiding the rib cage. As you pull in, imagine the knee touching the armpit. Both the back of both hips should be on the ground. The back of the head is on the ground. Pull in and release. Right leg finds the earth. Left leg lifts, bend at the knee. Pull the left knee in towards the armpit, avoiding the rib cage. Pull the knee in deeply. Back of head is on the ground. Shoulders on the ground if you can. And release. Lift both legs. Grab for opposite elbows. This is aiding digestion. We're compressing all the major organs here. This mimics peristalsis. Drop the tailbone down, lengthen the spine. Back of head is on the ground. And release. Find Savasana. Arms overhead. Big inhale. Double exhale, yogi sit up. Forearm plank is next for 1 minute, starting now. So forearms on the ground, hips parallel with the earth. Fingertips pressing into the mat. All 10 fingertips. Forearms pressing into the mat, lifting up through the shoulders. Core should be engaged. All 10 fingers pressing, or all 10 toes pressing into the mat as well. You can get a nice Achilles stretch here if you like. Sometimes I like to go up to just my big toes and then feel that. Just the big toes. Feel that. Make sure back is flat, gaze is forward. And just like that, we're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your head on stacked hands. Find seal, sphinx, whatever feels good for you. Cobra is next, Bhujangasana. Palms come underneath the shoulders, big toes touch, heels touch. We want to make a cobra's tail here. Elbows hug the side of the body and then press back towards the hips. Just the tops of the feet should be on the ground. Knees are lifting, thighs are lifting off the ground if you can, and then lift the chest up, head up, elbows energetically pressing back towards the hips. Gaze up, look up, and release. Left ear to the mat. Look right, arms by your side. Find a quick savasana. Salambhasana is next, half locust. Shimmy the hands underneath the abdomen so the elbows will be underneath your stomach. Forearms will be underneath you. Little pinky fingers are going to touch. Relax the left leg, right leg lifts. Toes pressing back. Press into the mat with all 10 fingers. Weight comes forward into the shoulders and release. Relax the right leg, left leg lifts. Press into the mat with all 10 fingers. Weight comes forward and release. Mouth comes to the mat. Hands shimmy just a little bit closer together. Big toes touch, heels touch, and then lift both legs. Hips come off the ground. Press into the mat, all 10 fingers. Weight comes forward into shoulders and release. Right ear to the mat, look left. Full locust is next. Arms to a T. Chin finds the mat. Big toes touch, heels touch. Shoulders on the ground. So front of shoulders on the ground first. And then with an inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs. Arms come back. Look up, lift up, look up, lift up, go up, and release. Left ear to the mat, look right. Floor bow is next. Kick the heels up. Grab the ankles from the outside. Knees should be about 2 fist widths apart or hip width. Chin will find the mat. And then kick feet into the hands first. Then lift the chest. Shoulders energetically start to come together. Shoulder blades kind of pinch together. Look up, kick up, look up, kick up. Form a natural water drop. And release. Right ear to the mat. Look left. Couple of breaths here. Just find stillness. Find your breath. And then come up to tabletop. Top of mat, fixed firm is next. Supta Virasana. Knees can touch, or if that doesn't feel great on the knees, they can spread out just a little bit, and then we're going to sit between the heels. So, if you can, hips find the mat. My hips don't quite find the mat until I'm down. So right hand down, left hand down. This is a great place to stay, especially for people that are just starting this practice. It's a great place to stay. If you have healthy knees, left elbow down, right elbow down. This is also a great place to stay. If you have healthy knees and this doesn't hurt, it might feel uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt in the knees, then back of head, top of head finds the mat, back of head finds the mat, right hand reaches overhead, left hand reaches overhead, back of shoulders on the mat. This is a great stretch for the front of the body, quads. We're forming a natural human bridge here. And then we reverse out, right elbow down, left elbow down. Left hand to left foot, right hand to right foot. Come all the way to the top of the mat. I like to stretch the right foot back, stretch the left foot back. This is a great way of compressing joints and then letting the blood flush through them. Super healthy for you, great for your immune system, great for your circulatory system as well. Half tortoise is next. One of my favorites, and also a very difficult posture for me. Big toes touch, heels touch if they can, thighs pressing into one another, arms overhead, thumbs crossed, chin is off of chest, gaze forward, and then slowly go down. See if you can keep the hips on heels. We're going to round forward, but elongate at the same time. So little pinky fingers are reaching forward energetically. Forehead finds the mat. Pressing the hips back on the heels if we can. Arms are active. Stretching forward. Forehead finds the mat. And then with an inhale, use your core muscles. Come on up. Arms by your side. Ustrasana is next, camel pose. Stand tall on the knees, about 2 fist widths in between the knees. Toes can find the mat, or tops of feet can find the mat, whatever feels good for you. Right hand to low back, left hand to low back, and start to press the hips forward, elbows energetically pressed together. Head goes back, chest towards the sky. If this feels okay and your chest is lifted, right hand to right heel, left hand to left heel, pressing the hips forward, gaze is back. This is a deep back bend here. And then with an inhale, left hand to low back, right hand to low back. Slowly come up. And then sit down towards the back of the mat. Or Sasangasana, rabbit pose. One of my favorites. So I like to wrap the mat over my feet And then my right hand and left hand come to the soles of my feet, thumbs on the outside, fingers on the inside. Here's the important part. Chin comes to chest first, so we're rounding. And then round, 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 round. Hips are still on heels. Forehead finds the knees, then top of head finds the mat. Hips will lift off heels. Pulling on the heels. Forehead pressing into knees, knees pressing into forehead. Throat is choked, difficult to breathe. And release. Come on up. Roll over onto the left hip, right leg out cornerwise. Left foot comes in, arms overhead. Reach for the right foot. Now, this is a compression posture. So we're going to bend the knee as much as we need to so our forehead and knee will meet. And then we're going to drop the left shoulder down. See if you can straighten the right leg. Breathing is natural here. In and out through the nose. Pulling on the foot. Pressing into the hand with the foot. Opposite actions. And with an inhale, come on up. Switch the legs out. Reach for the left foot. Forehead and knee will meet. Drop the right shoulder down. So press the knee into the forehead, forehead into the knee. Compressing here. Natural breathing. And release. Come on up. If you can, lie all the way back for a realigning sit-up. Arms overhead. Big inhale, double exhale. Yogi sit-up. Grab the big toes with the peace fingers. And then kind of shimmy the hips back, right and left, right and left, right and left. Shoulders roll back. This is not really quite the opposite, but we don't want rounding forward. So the shoulders roll back, back is flat, chest is forward, gaze is forward, chin is off of chest, pulling on the toes with bicep strength, and then pressing into the fingertips with my big toes as well. So opposite actions here, gaze is forward, and release. Half Lord of the Fishes is next. Left leg crosses underneath, right leg crosses over top. I like to shimmy that left shin out just a little bit for an added stretch. Right toes pointed forward, right hand comes behind, kickstands. And you can, if you've been doing this for a while, maybe come up on the fingertips. That'll elongate your spine, and then twist. Reach high with the left hand and twist. As you inhale, think about length, exhale, twist. Inhale, length, exhale, twist. Look out of the corner of the right eye, over the right shoulder, and release. Counter twist if you like. Switch out the legs. Right leg comes underneath, left leg comes over top. Left hand kickstands behind, maybe just come up on the fingertips. Right arm crosses over. Think about lengthening out through the spine as you inhale. As you exhale, twist. Look out of the corner of the left eye, over the left shoulder. We're lengthening and twisting,